What's up, guys? It is the 116 Lyric Explainer coming at you with another video, and this time I am here with my twin brother, and we're going to be doing a song together. So I am the original one, but this is my twin. He looks like me because we're twins. So yeah, we are related. So don't get confused. I'm the original one. This is my brother, and we are going to explain the lyrics of "Broke" by Lecrae. And I'm going to be playing from my laptop from the YouTube video of Unreached Records YouTube account, and I'm going to put the bibliography in the description below. I think that's all I have to say. And Michael, do you have anything that you want to say before we start playing it?
Well, what's going on, guys? As you can see, we're related, but Jake, he likes KB, while my favorite artist is actually Lecrae. And last August, I believe it was, it was October, we actually met Lecrae, and I got him to sign this book, Unashamed by Lecrae. I actually read it this summer, but throughout this book, he just talks about, it's basically his testimony in a book, and I just learned so much from it, and like, he's been through it all. So like, keep that in mind when you listen to this song, and just like think about that he's been through everything. Like, he's been through he tried to kill himself, so an attempted suicide. He's been through an abortion, drug use. He almost died again in a car crash. So he's been through a lot, guys. So this guy, he really knows what he's talking about.
Alright, so that's a good intro, Michael. Yeah, Michael definitely knows a lot more about Lecrae, because he's read the Unashamed book, but I haven't read it. I plan to read it someday, but he has a lot more like knowledge about it, so I'm really excited to have him on here with me, and he's really going to help me out and help you guys out with understanding the depth of Lecrae songs. So in the future, Michael will probably be on videos with like Let the Trap Say Amen, because I'm probably gonna do some from that album as well. So let's get right into it. Oh, and after you guys hear this, or maybe before, like, I would encourage you guys to actually listen to the song straight, because it's kind of like choppy if I like stop it. Like if I was listening to somebody doing this, I'd be like, I want to hear the next one, because I really like listening to that song. So I would really encourage you guys to do that, because it sounds a lot better than just little bits and pieces in a lyric explaining video. Like, it sounds a lot better like played through. So yeah. And like, you just click on the link in the below.
Yeah, turn it up.
Okay. Tell me when to pause. Okay.
That's good. Okay, guys, so right off the bat, Lecrae says, being broke in this thing don't sit right. So he's saying that being broke, being down, being low, when something doesn't sit right, it's uncomfortable. So Lecrae is saying that being broke and being low is uncomfortable for him, and it should be for you too. And the next thing he says is, do it for my folk, trying to get by. So he's trying to help his friends and his community, and just get interactive with the people that are around him, and that they're trying to get by. Because Lecrae, he has, I think his net worth is like 10 million, but he has friends that are still struggling, and he wants to help them out. So that's what he means when he says, do it for my folk, trying to get by.
Yeah, like in the video, I watched it before I started this, and you guys will watch it if you click on the link below, which I really encourage you guys to do. But one of the things in there is like a symbol of Lecrae and like his friends in his life, like what Michael was talking about, is like there's this guy and his wife, and I think like the symbol there is like them going through a hard time, like in a financial sense. But what we'll find out as we listen to to the song more is that the song is deeper than just finances, and it's not just like materialism, and it's about character. So
yes, and the line that is said like 20 times this time, this song is called Being Broke Made Me Rich. So Lecrae, he was so low that because of that, he endeavored in that time, and he strived through that time to make him rich. And I will explain more of that and like how like he lives that up later.
So at the going through that chorus, let's talk about that chorus before we get into like the like verse 1, verse 2, and verse 3, or like the regular verses. In case you guys didn't know, like it's chorus and then it's like the verse, which is like the rap, like the like parts that change. The chorus like obviously never changes, so it's like rap, verse, or chorus, verse, and then chorus. So we'll just explain the chorus and the end of that. So you gotta keep the stove hot so it'll cook right. If everybody eating, that's a good night. So I think what Lecrae means here is that like it's not just like him that's in it. Notice that he uses the word everybody. He's saying that like he wants to provide for other people also. Do you have any other words on the chorus?
No, I think it just goes back to what he was saying before, doing for my folk trying to get by. Like just as Christ tells us to love everybody, he's trying to love on everybody, just as Christ has loved him, which is actually what makes him rich. Like that is where Lecrae's identity is. He even says that in his book. Like he's like, that's where his identity is in Christ, not the rap industry. I mean, that's what he thrives in, but he thrives in it because of Christ and for Christ. That's why he's doing stuff like this.
Yep. So gotta keep the stuff hot so it could cry for everybody. I mean, that's a good night. Had to take a loss before I took flight. So had to take a loss before I took flight. So I think what he's saying there is that like he had to lose before he like flew. And really that's I'm trying to think of like other examples of that. Do you know any, Michael?
For Lecrae?
Or just like any of the 116 artists?
Oh, well, Lecrae, like first thing that happened to him, well, he first experienced God when he was in college, and like his senior year in high school, he tried to kill himself, and his freshman year in college was when he got introduced to like selling weed and moving it for his friends, and like not really his friends, just like people that he wanted to make money for and off of, and like he got into like just smoking weed way before in high school. So it's like those are all lows. Like when you get high, it's not a high, it's still a low, because it's just like it's always gonna leave you low. You can't escape anything when you're high. Like that's just the reality, guys. I mean, I know it might be hard for you to accept that, but like that's understandable. But anyways.
So is that like what Lecrae says in the book, that about like being high like made him low?
Yes.
Or, like being high on like on weed made him low?
And also all of his other life circumstances and struggles that he's gone through. Yeah.
Okay. So let's go through the verse now.
Okay. Alright, so he says, but I do know what it feel like to go to school with the knock-off shoes, eating free lunch, trying to act all cool. Boy, you better know that we paid our dues. So, Lecrae, he actually had his father leave him at a young age, just like a lot of African American young kids do, which is a very sad reality. But this is what happened, and this was a situation, and like his mom, she was working like multiple jobs at once, just trying to provide from Lecrae, but Lecrae never had that dad, father figure in his life. And so Lecrae, he actually went to multiple things to try to fill that in, which were the number one thing were his uncles, and which is ironic is that his uncles were actually in the weed game. So like he tried to go to them for something good, but he actually got out something bad.
Yeah, that's what Just Like You talks about. That's a song that was like released like a while ago, before like the 2014 and past that. It was like, I remember listening to it when I was really young. It's called Just Like You, and it really talks about Lecrae's role models in his life also. So yeah. Do you have anything else to say about that? What does it mean, never get the door kicked in by the feds or something like that?
Okay, that is about how
Wait, what's the lyric?
never had the door kicked in by the feds that I'm gonna blow. So like a lot of people who like smoke pot and stuff, or people that do get caught, most of the situation is that somebody calls the cops on them in their neighborhood or even their own family, and the cops just raid the house and catch the person who is doing it. And it's not like this dilly-dally thing. It's just like, it's quick, and it's just like kick the door down, literally. And so Lecrae is saying, I've never had that happen to me, but he's saying that he has still learned from it in the latter verse.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay, so let's keep going through the verse.
Okay, that's good. Okay, so he says, never would have traded that because it made me better. So he's saying that even in his financial struggles, he still learned from it. Like, he might not have been learning at that time, but as an adult, he's looking back at his life and he's like, I learned from that because I've grown. And later, he actually makes another reference to how he's grown as a person, and that being poor financially made him rich spiritually and faithfully.
Yeah. Yeah. So what was the lyrics again?
Play them again.
Okay.
Okay. So he said, never would trade that because it made me better. Could have made me bitter. So he's saying that like being poor, it could have made him like the worst adult in the world, or the worst human being in the world. But he is saying that it didn't, and he thanks God that doesn't. Not in there, but he would if you would ask him today, because Lecrae, he just like, by the grace of God, he keeps thriving, just like all of us. And so Lecrae is just saying that I am not going to let my situation be who I am. I'm going to get myself out of this, which is what he has done. And he lets that motivate him, because he had a lack of money and a lack of like cool shoes or paid lunch, the reference that he makes in those. So he's just like saying that I turned that around.
Okay. Let's keep going. So he says being low made you quit. So I think here Lecrae's comparing himself to other people. Not that like he always compares himself to other people, because he like tries to be the best person that he is to be, but in the sense he is. But so like he's saying that he, wait, what was the lyric again? Oh, being low made you quit. Now he's saying, then he says being low made me high. So he's like, for other people, like being low made them quit, so like what the verse that Mike was talking about and really explaining well was that like Lecrae, like he's saying that like being low like is able to make him like be better than he was than if he didn't go through the struggle. So like really this is a super optimistic look on any struggle that you go through. So like you can have an optimistic look on any struggle that you go through with knowing that being broke can make you rich. And at the end, I'm going to talk about some more, but you guys can do this now if you want or start thinking about it. But what I want you guys to do is write in the comments about how you guys think that being broke has made you rich. And if you guys don't know it now, then I think that someday you are going to know it. And that's the cool thing. But like it may seem like vague right now, but I think that like someday you guys will understand eventually. And once you do, you're like, oh, like I get it. So it's really cool.
Wait, fast backward. One.
More?
No, it's good.
Okay.
Okay. So right at the end, he says, "Take time if you want this. Let's go." So he's saying to his listeners, take time out of this and take this time right now and just like reflect upon. So even in his own song, he's still like challenging us as listeners to think about our own daily lives and think about like, how does this song apply to me? Because Lecrae, like this song means everything to him because it's so personal. Like every song an artist writes is personal to them. Like if you actually think about that.
Yeah, I talked about that in the 116 introduction video. That like really from like the basis of all lyrics is like things that happen to them in their life, and they put that in music.
Yeah, and in one of his songs in the Trap Say Amen, I can't think of it right now, but he says, "I lost more games than you ever get to play. You should pay attention," but in a more swag way. But so he says, what he's saying is that the same thing that he's saying here is that like you should pay attention to what I've learned. Not saying like, wow, look at me, I'm basically God. No, he's saying like, I've learned a lot, and I want to make a difference by leading by example, because Lecrae is a leader and he knows that, and he wants to strive in that for God's glory and help others.
Yeah, for sure. Does he talk about like all those things in the book?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, he does.
Yeah. So let's keep going through the chorus now. If you have anything else to add through the chorus, you can add it. I think here he's saying like came through the struggle with my head high. Is like while he was going through the struggle, it's not like he was like had his head low and then he's just going through life, and then it's like boom, things look up, and then he was like, oh, this is it. I think it's like a key to understanding your struggle as good is like to keep your head up and like try and think about a way that your struggle can be used for good. It's not like it's gonna be like boom, like it's just gonna come out of nowhere. I think sometimes you just need to have an aspect of seeing like, oh, this can be worked out for good. I'm not saying that like it's on you to figure it out. Like some things might take a longer time than you think, but it's also it can be on you and your mindset of that situation to like understand how being broke makes you rich. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, and if you guys don't understand anything, or if you guys want me to explain something more, let me know in the comments below, and I'll like respond to you guys. So yeah, I want more comments. I want more feedback from you guys, because like I get like 60 views, and then like I only get one comment. So like I know that you guys have thoughts, and it's not like you just watch this and then you're like, oh, all this information and I don't have anything else, any of my own thoughts. I know that you guys do. So let me know in the comments below. Let's go. So this isn't a lyric, but it's actually something that happens in the video. And like the male is like sitting with his wife on his bedside, and I think the male is like kind of thinking in his mind about financial situations, and the wife like grabs his hand. And I think what Lecrae is trying to do in this video is to show, or like the the director of this video is trying to do is to show that like couples in financial struggles should stay together. I mean, I don't know if there's any specific lyric for like couples, or it can also be like friends or anybody, but like couples are like a family. So like that's when finances, like it's not like somebody just asks you like, hey, I need to get a car, buy it for me. Like your friend, like that's not gonna happen with your friend. More with family. So I think there Lecrae is showing like loyalty and helping each other, and I think he is saying that like he realizes the essence of couples staying together in financial struggles. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so he says there, money may or may wait, what is it?
Money may have
What was
money may have made me richer, but the struggle got me richer than I ever been.
Thanks. So, what he's saying there is he's obviously like with that lyric, he's showing that he's not referencing to mere money in this song. He's talking about something deeper. He's saying that like money isn't the only thing that made him rich. So what was the lyric again?
Money may have made me richer than I ever been.
Money may,
But may have made me richer than I ever been.
Wait, isn't it money may or may not have made me richer, but the struggle got me richer than I ever been?
But struggle, yeah. So
Okay.
it's saying money made him rich, but money may have made me rich. Oh, is money may have made me rich, but the struggle made me richer than I ever been.
Oh, okay.
Learn to hustle, use your muscle.
Wait, we haven't got to that part yet. But that's all good. So he's saying that like the struggle gets him richer than he's ever been. So if you don't go through struggles in life, and if Lecrae didn't go through struggles in life, what he's saying here is that like if he doesn't go through struggles, then he doesn't get good things, or he doesn't get rich as a person. So it's saying that like a really optimistic view. And I think this entire song, not just this specific lyric, but I think a lot of people just say like, oh, if you go through a struggle, then that's bad. Like I think that's the majority of what culture says about struggles. But Lecrae here is saying that like struggles can make you rich.
Yeah, guys. So faith without struggle is not really faith, because it's not like personal to you. Because every day you should be struggling through at least like something, because like the devil, he's gonna tempt you, and that is struggling. Or I'm not saying that struggling is only getting persecuted. Like I'm not saying somebody has to come at you every day, but every day we do face struggles, and we need God on our side in order to conquer that, and we need to ask Him into our lives through prayer and just pray to Him daily, and because He wants that personal relationship with us and as humans on this earth. He didn't just make us just to like live our lives and not do anything, but He made us to give glory to Him while in the midst of it overcoming temptation by the devil, because Satan, he is the prince of the earth. See, there's the earth, there's this earth, and then there's Satan, who's like he's ruling all over it. But then there's God, who's like watching Satan, and He lets Satan tempt us because God likes to see our faith prevail. That pleases Him to see us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So like in this video, like Lecrae saying like that all these struggles that he's got, whether they're from like the devil or our own personal sin tendency, because like the devil's only one dude. Like he can either attack him or him, and there's 7 billion people in the world. So like, what are the odds that the devil is tempting you directly? I mean, I'm not saying that you should not like be aware of it, because like in the How We Coming video, Ty Brazil says that like he knows that it's on devil's on the prowl, so he says like I'm ready for it. So I'm not saying that like not to be aware of it, because you definitely should, but you also should be aware to not like blame like a devil or like a demon, because demons can also tempt, but for like all your problems, because we also do have sin tendencies.
Yeah, not only are we tempted by Satan, but we can also be tempted by his demons that he sends out to tempt us, or we can even be tempted by our very own flesh, because flesh and Satan both are harmful. Okay, so he says, learn, money may have made me richer than I have been. Learn to hustle, use your muscle. Learn to hustle, use muscle, learn to grind, and keep your mind up on the future, man. So he's saying that, like Lecrae, personally, he has, he works out, and like he's very tall and he's very strong. But
Yeah,
that's not what he's saying.
If you guys watch the video, you guys will see his gains.
Yeah, but that's not what he's saying. Actually, he's saying it's more of a mental aspect, not a physical aspect. So he's like, we have to work out mentally, and so how do we work out mentally? Well, I don't think it's really like something that we can like actively do. We can read our Bible, or we can watch videos like this. You can watch videos like this, but I feel like when we go through struggles, that is when we are tested, and we can really work out under pressure. Because when we're going through struggles, we God calls us to actually learn in those struggles and strive in those struggles through Him and through His grace. And then right after that, he says, keep your mind up on the future, man. So he wants us to have that tunnel vision for heaven, and the hope that Lecrae has is just amazing, and the hope that we can have through God and through our hope in heaven, and that our time and on this earth, if it's not wasted, then it's going to be paid in full in heaven, as long as we believe in Jesus Christ and that He died on the cross for us.
Yeah, so like that's what, well, like it's definitely about heaven, but I think that like the things that happen on earth like play into heaven, which is like a really deep topic, but we won't get into it right now, because we want to stick to the lyrics. We don't want to like make it a preaching page or something like that. We want to say what the lyrics are saying in the songs. But what like he's saying, like keep your mind up on the future, is kind of like the what I was talking about with like having his head low, or like the other people that have their heads low while they're going through the struggle. It's like keep your mind up on the future, man, to know that like what you're going through right now can like be like worked out for good later in the future. So he's saying like learn to hustle, use your muscle, learn to grind, and keep your mind up on the future, man. And those are all keys to whatever you're going through in that certain struggle. Yeah. Whoops. Okay.
Yeah, and also another thing would be like an example for you. You're probably in school, unless you're an adult. But in school, you have to do like daily assignments. But when you're doing that homework, you're probably not thinking, wow, this is gonna get me into the college, or this is gonna get me the job that I want. You're just doing it just to do it. But if we were to apply this to that, then we would just say that like you would think that that you would have that tunnel vision for your education and your future, because that's what it's all about, is homework gets good grades, and then good grades get you into college, good college gets you a good job, as long as you do well, gotcha, obviously.
Yep. Let's keep going.
Okay. Government assistance in the beginning means that he got government aid because his dad left him, and his mom, and they were in they were struggling financially.
Yeah.
Okay, stop. So he says, counting all my figures, counting all my pennies, all of them, all up in my business plan. So now that he does have a lot of money, now that he is not struggling anymore financially, he has people that are that have him under their microscope and are judging him left and right and wondering how he gets the money that he gets.
Okay.
Yeah, it's good. You go to the lyric.
Yeah, okay. So like there, he talks about like the whole squad pitching in. You know how there's that phrase that says like, oh, like if you guys have ever like done why did he done like a group thing like or something like with your friends or something, be like or like you guys are buying something together, be like I'll pitch in like $5 and you'll pitch in $5. Like there's that term for pitching in, and that's like a universal term, and that's what Lecrae is saying, like his whole squad pitches in.
Yeah, and then he says, I was bought before I had $1. Being empty-handed made me super rich. And what he says is bought is like that he was bought by the blood of Jesus Christ. And then after that, he says, rich in loyalty, can't pay the lawyer fee, but it's all good, the squad pitching it. So he is referencing to a time where he and his squad was actually in a criminal court case, and they couldn't pay the lawyer, but like because he had a friend who was actually who was accused of something, and they couldn't pay the lawyer, so him and Lecrae and a couple of their other buddies helped their man out and helped support him financially and paid for the lawyer.
Oh, I did not know that. And you probably found that out through the book, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's the benefit of having this guy with me on the videos, is because he knows a lot more about Lecrae because he's read the book. And I'm going to say this at the end of the video, but I'm going to put the book in the description below. So if you guys want to buy it, then you will be able to get it because, yeah. So let's keep going and finish this up. Okay. Well, it's already been 30 minutes, so we're not going to play through the chorus. The end is just the chorus, and you guys have already heard that. So, that is the end of Broke by Lecrae. So, do you have anything else to add, Michael? Any final thoughts?
I don't really think so. Guys, when you guys are going through shows, just remember to keep your mind up on the future and learn from this video, because Lecrae, he wants us to actually think about this and apply it to our daily lives. He's not just messing around out here, guys.
Yeah, he doesn't just make music just to get like 48K likes or have somebody listen to it right now besides us probably. It's for like a really deep reason. And that's what all the 116 artists is. It's a deeper reason, and I think someday we're all gonna figure out what that depth actually is. So that's the end of the video. That's Broke by Lecrae. We're probably gonna come up with like more Lecrae videos because Michael knows a ton about him, and we really resonate with Lecrae's music a lot. And the more I resonate with lyrics, the more like I know about them. And obviously, you guys have probably noticed that like I haven't commented on this one a bunch because I haven't like resonated with it a ton as much as the other songs that I did. But Michael has, and you wanted to do this one, and I wanted to get him on a video with me, so we did this one. So that's the Broke. So I'm gonna put the YouTube video of the song in the link below. So I'll definitely encourage you guys to check that out. Let's do it straight through and think about the lyrics and think about the explanation that we did here. And comment. Let me know what you guys want. I want to know what you guys want. So let me know. That's like, I want to know what you guys want. I really do. So comment. Like, somebody commented how we coming, and I did that video. Like, that's what happens. So is like, if it's from a 116 artist, if you guys say like Phantom of the Opera, like I'm not gonna explain the lyrics of that. So watch the video, comment what you guys want to see or any suggestions, anything like that. And I'm gonna have the broke or no, broke is a song. The Unashamed book by Lecrae in the description below. And let's see. I don't think I have anything else. Let's see. Comment. Oh, and like it if you guys liked the video. Dislike if you dislike it. I'm just kidding. I don't know. Please don't dislike. If you dislike it, let me know in the comments below. Because like no YouTuber says dislike my video. You know, Michael. So, yeah, and subscribe if you guys want to see some more. And I've done other videos, so check them out.
Peace out, guys. Take care.
Peace.